Hello and welcome to a brief introduction to the inverse cosine function using right triangles. The cosine function on a right triangle is a function that relates an angle to the ratio of sides. It's defined as the cosine of the angle theta is equal to the ratio of the adjacent to the hypotenuse for a right triangle. In our triangle labeled to the right, it is A divided by C. Where A is circled in blue, so that represents the numerator, and C is circled in red, representing the denominator of our ratio. The output of the cosine function is the ratio of the adjacent leg to the hypotenuse when the angle between the adjacent side and the hypotenuse are known. Now we're going to reverse this. Suppose we know the ratio of the adjacent leg to the hypotenuse of a right triangle, and we wish to know the angle. This is the inverse cosine's function. This is what it does. So the inverse cosine function is often called the arc cosine function, and it can be denoted as cosine with a -1 superscript attached to its name of x, and it is the same as the arc cosine of x, or arc cos of x. Remember that when the -1 superscript is attached to a function name, it represents the inverse. But in order to avoid confusion with the inverse function notation, we are going to adopt the arc cosine notation for this presentation. Now the arc cosine on a right triangle basically takes in the ratio of A over C, the adjacent side, to the hypotenuse, and it will spit out the angle measurement that the cosine of that ratio would normally need. So the arc cosine of adjacent over hypotenuse is equal to an acute angle when you're dealing with right triangles. So for our first example, we're going to determine the angle needed if the adjacent side and the hypotenuse are in a ratio of 1/2. Report the angle in both degrees and radians. So for this example, our adjacent side A is 1, our hypotenuse labeled C is 2, and we're going to form the equation the cosine of theta is equal to 1/2. Now this reads the cosine of what acute angle gives me 1/2. Another way to write this would be in the arc cosine notation. That would say that theta is equal to the arc cosine of 1/2. And again, this will ask what acute angle results when I take the arc cosine of 1/2. Both of these questions are asking the same thing. And if you use your technology or the unit circle information, we'll find that the answer is pi over 3 radians or 60 degrees. For our second example, we're going to determine the angle needed if the adjacent side and the hypotenuse are in a ratio of 3/4. And again, we're going to report the angle in both degrees and radians. So for this example, our adjacent side A will be 3, and our hypotenuse C will be equal to 4. And we form the equation the cosine of theta is equal to 3/4. And again, this will ask the cosine of what acute angle gives me 3/4. We can write this in the arc cosine notation and say that theta is equal to the arc cosine of 3/4, which again asks what acute angle results when I take the arc cosine of 3/4. Again, both these questions are asking the same thing. Now, using our technology, the answer will be approximately 0.7227 radians, or 41.41 degrees approximately. So now we have tools that will help us find acute angles where the cosine is used. For our third example, we're going to determine the angle needed if the adjacent side and the hypotenuse are in a ratio of √5/9. And again, we're going to report the angle in both degrees and radians. So for this example, our adjacent side A will be the square root of 5, and our hypotenuse C will be equal to 9. We form the equation cosine of theta equals square root of 5 over 9. And again, this is asking the cosine of what acute angle gives me square root of 5 divided by 9. We can write this in the arc cosine format by saying theta is equal to the arc cosine of the square root of 5 over 9. And again, this is asking what acute angle results when I take the arc cosine of the square root of 5 divided by 9. And both of these questions are asking the same thing. Using our technology, the answers will be approximately 1.320 radians, or 75.61 degrees. So again, we have the tools now to find the acute angles when cosine is used. And remember, cosine is used when you have the adjacent side and the hypotenuse forming your angle. So a more general right triangle is given here on the right. And this right triangle is very useful when you're using the inverse cosine as an argument with other trigonometric functions. So this is a connection between the inverse trig and algebra. So when we have the inverse cosine, or the arc cosine of x says that x has to be the ratio of the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So our adjacent side will be x, whatever the input is. Our hypotenuse will be 1. And Pythagorean's theorem is going to tell us what the opposite side is, and that ends up being the square root of 1 minus x squared. Our fourth example asks us to determine the value of the sine of the arc cosine of x. Now recall, the arc cosine of x represents an angle measurement. Therefore, we can use the right triangle above and compute the sine. The definition of sine for right triangles, remember, is the opposite over the hypotenuse. So I set up my arc cosine right triangle. I identify the opposite side, which is square root of 1 minus x squared, and I identify the hypotenuse, which is 1. Form that ratio and simplify. And in this case, it simplifies nicely to just the square root of 1 minus x squared. Again, remember, Pythagorean's theorem is going to help you obtain the length of any of the missing sides off this triangle. Our fifth example will ask us to determine the value of the cotangent of the arc cosine. And again, remember, the arc cosine represents an angle measurement. Therefore, we can use right triangles using this right triangle above, and we're going to compute the cotangent. The definition of cotangent from right triangles is adjacent over opposite. So we identify the adjacent side as x, the opposite side as the square root of 1 minus x squared, and we form the ratio. And don't forget Pythagorean's theorem. If you're missing any sides to the right triangle, Pythagorean's theorem can help you find them. We will further discuss the inverse cosine, or the arc cosine, on the unit circle. Thank you for your time and attention.